Okay, welcome everyone. Boy, it seems like just yesterday we started our first call, but tonight I'm excited to tell you that I am coming to you live from Debbie Bolton's kitchen. Um, and in fact, I'm looking out the front window and walking up the door, I left the door open for them, is Kathy Mitchell and Susan Bauer. So they get the benefit of hearing what it is I say to all of you. But more importantly, I'm hoping that I'll be able to encourage them to share some of their wisdom with us tonight on the call. So that's pretty special, very special. So let's get started. And I am going to just holler out and say, Susan and Kathy, I'm live and I told them that you were joining us and that you're going to be popping in, and I'm broadcasting live from Debbie Bolton's kitchen. Well, you know, you can come and poke your face in my camera. They're coming. So this is pretty exciting. You don't often get this much talent in one room. Susan Bauer's getting herself all prettied up for you, but she's just gorgeous. Hello, everybody. Okay, come on, Kathy Mitchell.
I'm coming.
There's Kathy Mitchell. Just see.
There I am.
There you are.
You're blocking it, Kathy. You're blocking it.
So
Wow, what a group.
This is exciting. I actually went on Facebook and posted to the Red Jackets. I said, just want to tell you that I'm doing this webinar live from Debbie Bolton's house. You might want to make sure everybody gets on. So somebody just typed in a question. They're going fun. We are fun. This business is fun, but it's going to be more than just fun for you. It's going to be rewarding. So let's get started, shall we? Because as I get started, they can pop in and they are very free to hang around and jump in. In fact, I don't even know why I'm wearing a headset, because I'm the only one talking. I don't know.
It looks fabulous.
Looks fabulous. Okay, so we started off this agenda for our series, and there was really three cornerstones. Those of you who've been with me for the first call know that we focused a lot on your belief systems. We focused on what you truly believe about your role as a consultant, your purpose with Norwex, what you believe about the party and the product. And then we moved into skill, and we really took a look and analyzed some of this 4-2-2 party success formula. And what we did is we took the two conversations of recruiting and the two opportunities to book parties at the party. And what I challenged each of you with was, okay, we can talk about the words you can say for bookings and for having recruiting conversations. But where we just need to start is really in our heart. What did we believe about hosting a Norwex party? And what did we really believe about having recruiting conversations? And one of the funnest things I like doing is when we walk through the opportunity brochure together. So that's kind of where we've started from. And last week, I gave you some homework. You know, that 4-2-2 party success formula works. So looking at your personal business, because your personal business is always number one, regardless of whether promoting to team coordinator or executive sales leader, no matter what your leadership journey is, your personal business will always be priority number one. Why? Because it's about the parties you book. It's about how many bookings you're getting from your parties, and it's about the recruiting conversations you're having from your parties. Because part of being a leader is about role modeling those very same behaviors for your newest consultants. So I'm going to ask you right now, how many parties do you have booked for May? Do you need more? If you need more, you know how to get more. And while you're at your parties this May, are you getting 2 bookings from every party? Are you focused on that? Are you being intentional with walking out of your parties with 2 bookings from every party? The recruiting conversations from your parties. Are you having intentional conversations within your party? We could call them recruiting seeds, where you're letting people know that the opportunity that they have at being introduced to Norwex is really a variety of things. They have an opportunity to be a customer and use the product. They have an opportunity to host with you and take one of your bookings and share Norwex. And they also have the opportunity to do exactly what you're doing, And it's when you have that belief and confidence to let people know about that, that your follow-up when you're checking people out at the one-on-one time, it's a lot easier for you to say something like, well, do you remember, Mary, when I said that, there's lots of ways people love to enjoy Norwex, so I have to ask you, did something I do tonight or the way our party went, was there something appealing there for you that tugged at you about wanting more information about perhaps doing what I do as a consultant? And we looked at that diagram that I had sent to all of you that is you and the power of three. So there was you and a space for three intentional people for you to invite as you start building your team. I hope you've reached out and I hope you've invited them. I hope you just didn't announce that you're building a team or announce that they could be a consultant. Rather, you personally invited them. And what makes that invitation even more personal is when you can actually say something like, Mary, I'm putting together a team for Norwex. I'm taking that leap of leadership in my Norwex business. And I thought of you as being one of the very first people I'd like to invite to join my team. I just know how passionate you are about our mission or how excited you are about the products. You'd be perfect. And then I encouraged you to practice using the opportunity brochure at any upcoming interviews this week, recruiting conversations. And I said, if you don't have any parties, call three of your best friends and just ask them to support you by letting you practice with them over the phone. Now, do you know what I know? I know that chances are one of them would have said, how come you've never asked me before? That sounds like fun. Tell me more. You might have just ended up having one of your very good friends join your team. So, belief, it was the cornerstone. Our business is simple. We share products. We share opportunities of experience, customer, host, and join. And then your role as being intentional about becoming a team coordinator is simply teaching others to share that very same thing. It's really not anything unique or special, is it, when you see it laid out like that? So I'm not saying that it's easy, but I am saying that it can be simple. Your belief. By now, this is our third session together. I hope your belief in yourself is strong. Likewise, I hope your belief in others is strong. And I know you believe in the Norwex mission. I know you believe in the Norwex opportunity. You wouldn't be on this call. And I want you to feel really proud, not just believe in your role as a consultant and an emerging leader. I want you to be proud of your role as a Norwex consultant and proud of your intention to be a leader with Norwex. Can't say it enough that the party formula is the basis for all great things, for all great success. And when you think about 4 parties a month minimum, that's 1 a week. And imagine how great it feels to have 2 bookings from every party to create growth and build momentum. And you know what else? When life happens and somebody has to postpone or cancel a booking, you're not stuck. You're not lost. You're not nervous because you have bookings that are already on your calendar that can keep your momentum. And have we gotten to the point where recruiting conversations just feel really natural that we invite other people to join us? So as you can see, personal business is always number one. And everything that we've talked about is exactly the formula for promoting to a team coordinator. So we know we've got that down pat. For those of you that might have missed last week's call, and I always think it's worth repeating, so you might say to me, well, Sheila, how can I influence the outcome of my party? Bookings. Really, how? You say, 2 bookings every party. Well, what part of that do I play? Well, and you say the same thing about recruiting conversations. Just a reminder, I want you to get back to that heart tug. And I'm asking you, why would someone book? Fundamentally, another word that starts with F, fundamentally, your belief system about the Norwex party is what gives you the integrity and the self-trust you need to be able to put it out there and offer, invite, and ask everyone. And it's no different with the recruiting conversations. You have to believe that there are a lot of reasons why someone would join, that there are a lot of benefits for a lot of different people that would make Norwex something that would enhance their life, give them a sense of purpose, create a living legacy for them. Once you have that belief that all you're simply doing is getting as excited about the Norwex business opportunity as you do about an EnviroCloth, you realize that the ease of conversation around an EnviroCloth or the mop or the dust mitt or the leather shine or the odor eliminator, that the ease you have talking about products is the same ease you have about talking about hosting a get-together with Norwex with you, and the same ease of being able to say, you'd be good at this. Have you ever considered doing what I do? Did you watch me tonight? Did I look like I was having fun? Could I talk to you more about Norwex? It's that simple. So the skill, more close to what we talked about last night, was, well, this recruiting conversation, and I'm going to just call it the interview, but it's formal, so it's a conversation. So there were 3 simple steps. We were building a bit of a relationship, some rapport, and using the opportunity guide as the piece that helped keep us on track. We explored the business, at the same time explored the fit, their why. Now, they might not right off the get-go be able to identify what their why is, but they certainly have some curiosity. They certainly have a reason why they even said yes to having that conversation. So you've got Norwex as a consultant over here. You've got the person over here with what they came with, and you try to see, can there be a bit of a blend, a marriage, if you will. And then the last part is how to close that up with a decision to get started. And once they say yes, we have a responsibility to get them off to a strong start. We don't take responsibility for their performance, but we do have a responsibility in giving them the tools and pointing them to the resources that are available for them so that they can take advantage and maximize a very strong start. Because who really joins a business not to do well? Does that make sense? So we went through the opportunity booklet. So when I said to you that sometimes when we're having these conversations with them and we're exploring their why, we don't often use the word, so what's your why? We might just ask them something like, so tell me, what was it about Norwex or the party that I did or the products we tried out together that really appealed to you, that made you say, yes, I'm going to talk to Sheila, the Norwex consultant, to see what else there is with Norwex. So when we ask them, why did they say yes, what they usually reveal to us is kind of the direction of where their why is going to be headed. It could be the purpose of our company, the mission. It could be access to these products, and they're thinking, wow, you know, I've been looking for this my whole life. It could be the income potential, or it could be because they're just looking for something fun to do. So when they answer that question, you kind of have an idea of how the conversation can then go, a natural conversation. But I was talking to Kathy Mitchell earlier today in her office. I'm just visiting from Toronto this week. And I let her know that I had heard from the sales leader who had come back to me. She didn't have the notes in front of her, and it was from a previous call I did where I referenced Kathy Mitchell's online training video, as well as the download of the sheet she uses for recruiting conversations, and it's called Form. Now, as you know, Kathy has an incredible history of developing consultants when she was working in the field, and of course a very successful business. And just like our industry, there are some things, it's not new. It's been around for a long time. Having great conversations they're still the same great conversations we have today that even someone like Kathy Mitchell would have had, back in her days in the field as a high-ranking leader. She used something called form. So I'm going to direct you back to your consultant office area, and you can even Google, I call it Google. Nora is like our version of Wikipedia. I want you to Google form recruiting and see what pops up. So in a conversation that I had with Kathy, and Kathy can always jump in here and say something about form because she's just in the other room. I said, well, Kathy, there's a couple of questions, and maybe I won't go over the whole form thing tonight, but I guess there really are, what you're saying is three great questions that could be asked at every recruiting conversation. What appeals to you most about the Norwex mission and your opportunity to join us? And how would you like to benefit most from being a consultant? What would you want your business to give you? I'd like my business to give me a lot of money. I'd like my business to give me freedom from a part-time job. I'd like my business to fill up my social life because I'm feeling kind of lonely. I don't know what they're going to say, neither do you, but we won't know if we don't ask them. And this one was the home run question, especially as we're new starting out being a leader and helping people. How can I best support you? Now, that's a great question, because if someone says, well, I expect that you would get me all my parties. Whoa! Well, we just take a time out and we re-examine. Or they might say, well, I would like you to keep me focused on what my goals would be. Light bulb moment. So when we take responsibility for these recruiting conversations and just ask a few questions, it's amazing what we discover and can build that conversation to the point where asking for the decision is just very simple and natural and kind of like just the next steps. Now, how many of you, and I just want to ask you this as a teaser, how many of you have seen on the consultant office the updated information we've provided to you for Office Suite? It is a must. For $10 a month, I don't know why anyone wouldn't have it. But more importantly, as you are enrolling new consultants, you've got a few things that you've got to cover off with them. First off, the Party Starter Kit has everything anyone needs for a lot of parties. But there's the opportunity for an upgrade kit. And for some people, that's the right answer for them. They want more product right away. Why not get it coming with your kit? An Office Suite is a free complimentary service for 2 months for someone to try out before they pay $10. It's a must-have. Must. And then, so now we've got that part taken care of, and now there's just a few simple things to get them started. And guess what? They're the same things you did. Launch party, 2 dates. We love 2 dates, don't we? Gives people options. The Frankie list, the who is going to be my customer list. Who are all the people I know? How do I know them? And why would Norwex be a fit for them? And we start from there, calling people to invite them to our launch party, to offer them one of our first bookings to help us launch our business, and thinking about who we would like on our team. No sense waiting, asking someone when they start, do you have a girlfriend you'd like to start the business with? Because we could do that first and take from your list who you would like to journey through Norwex with. And then the Fresh Start program, it is the new consultant business plan. It's got everything laid out. So that's pretty much getting someone started. But here's the Fresh Start plan. You can see the sales plan and the recruiting plan. The what do I need to do, when do I need it by, and what do I get? It's all there. So what do I need to do? When do I need to do it? And what do I get? It's all written there for you. Because what we really want for our new consultants is the same thing we want for ourselves. Using the 4-2-2 party formula, 2 launch parties, 2 bookings, and working their Fresh Start program. They're automatically enrolled in this program. Why wouldn't someone want the opportunity to earn all of that free product? And Do you remember when you earned some or all of your Fresh Start steps? Do you remember how affirming that was when UPS delivered a box? And really, you had already sold some product. You felt good inside. You received your 35% discount, and then a box comes from UPS. An extra thank you for being a consultant with Norwex, for just doing your job. It felt good. And that's probably the most important thing. It felt good to get that coming in the mail because it was an affirmation that your work was appreciated, that you were being rewarded for a job well done, and that there were obviously a great future ahead for you as a Norwex consultant. Now, one of the things that you have, and you can find this also on your back office, it's really a recap in many ways of what the 2-series new consultant training calls are. And it's based on the 5-step guide, the new consultant 5-step guide. But you have a checklist that you can have conversations with your new consultants. And we've only laid out 3 calls, the first being a welcome call after they've officially signed out. And then, of course, there's the training call number 1, training call number 2. Now, they could go on the corporate ones that I do, but it doesn't stop you from enhancing that experience by covering a few things that you know would have been covered on that call. And one of the things I love about this form that you could use with all your new consultants is it asks you what their preferred type of communication is. Do they like text, phone, email, and of course, when are their launch party dates? You've got everything you need right in front of you. Where you get this from is if you go to Nora in the back office and say new consultant start checklist, or look under recruiting training, and you should see new consultant start checklist or consultant start checklist. Okay, so I hope you find this handy. So in terms of what should I cover with the new consultant, it's nothing different than you already did when you joined Norwex and got yourself started well. It might have been because you self-learned, self-taught, or you had a mentor in your recruiter and your upline leader, and you want to be the kind of leader that is known for helping launch people into their business. Remember, I said you're not responsible for their results, but you are, I believe, responsible for giving them the resources so they can perform for their own results. And then as your leadership develops and blossoms, you're thinking about your role as a leader and influencing your consultants. And so isn't it nice to know that you start your new consultants off strong and that having them have parties on their calendar, being engaged, it's just good for everyone and it's good for them too. It keeps them mindful of their purpose, their why, supports the mission, and supports the team. And, you know, set expectations to sell, or share as I like to say, and you can talk about the business in terms of weekly activity. In other words, well, how many phone calls do you think you're going to do this week in terms of reaching out on your Frankie list? You know, these are just subtle ways in which you can start to build that team of Norwex consultants that you're hoping to create. And, you know, simple selling ideas. I don't think you need to do 10 demos at a party. I think 3 to 5 wow factors are great. But, you know, you've learned a few tips along the way, and you can share them with people. Different ways that you found useful in helping to ensure customer satisfaction, really. So just share those with them. And, you know, value your team. Let them know that they're important. But don't make yourself available 24/7. So we know everything that we need to know. And in fact, this is one of my favorite pictures of Debbie Bolton. It was taken last year at our conference. And Debbie spoke on the party. In fact, she shared with everyone her very first Norwex party, which wasn't a party. She sold a sponge. She did not even sell any microfiber. Well, she could have just said, this is crazy, I'm giving up. But, she persevered. The party was her dream in action. And she had more parties after that first bad party because she knew that the party was going to be everything to bring about the success of Norwex today. Had Debbie walked away from feeling that the one Spira sponge she sold was an indicator of what her future would be like, you and I wouldn't be here and having this conversation. So in your moments of self-doubt, I want you to remember and borrow Debbie Bolton's confidence, borrow Debbie Bolton's inspiration and belief and perseverance until you can grow your own in those dark moments. So now we're going to open it up for some Q&A, and I want to see if we've got any questions. And I'm going to invite my Kathy Mitchell and Susan Bauer because maybe you'd like to ask them some questions. Somebody has you have 7 parties this month. Oh my gosh. I've been getting at least 2 each party with the dice game. Oh my gosh. I love this. We are shares people, not sales people.
That's what Sheila says, and that's a great response.
Look at this one, Kathy. I have 7 active personal recruits. I've been at TC for 2 months now, and I still get great information from you and love learning more. Yes, you're going to try and promote to sales leader this month, Mackenzie?
Exciting.
A few of your ladies are beginning to build teams.
Love it.
And so, Kathy, I'm going to let you oh, wait. Hold the phone. Someone.
Moving out of the way.
No.
Bye, everybody.
No, we're all still here because, Kathy, we're going to ask you that question. Debbie Bolton, could you please come here?
You bet.
Okay. Say hello.
Hello, everyone. How are you? So this is new.
These are people who are committed to promoting to team coordinator and beginning their leadership legacy. And Debbie, this one slide, I can open up the more questions, but I think having Debbie Bolton here is more important for a moment. I'm going to go back to Debbie.
Okay.
I just shared with them that.
Can I put my lipstick on at least? I'm just driving in.
Do you want to go put lipstick on?
Sure.
Okay. She's going to put lipstick on. Don't you go away. And somebody's probably writing in and saying, Debbie Bolton looks beautiful without it. Okay. So, all right, Kathy's going to answer this question.
All right, what is
so, she says, and I don't know why I'm wearing headphones.
I don't either, but they look nice.
Okay. A few of my ladies are beginning to build teams, but how do you emphasize the importance of building a team to them? And they're new. She's been at TC for 2 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here, you sit on the chair.
Okay.
It's the hot seat, Kathy.
It's the hot seat. We're playing hot seat. Hello, everybody. Sounds fun. Well, Mackenzie, first of all, you're a rock star girl, so that's exciting. But it's really about sharing the vision that you have with building your business, the vision you have for your team. It's about talking with them about the benefits of leadership and why it's an extraordinary thing to be able to offer somebody the opportunity to start a business that could literally change their lives and the people they touch with their business through sharing your products. So it's really about sharing with them what some of the benefits are to them, about how fun it is to start this business with friends and family, because isn't it more fun,
Absolutely.
guys, when you can say, hey, this is going to be so much fun, I'm loving my business, and I really want to select you. It's like picking 3 people that you think would be amazing to start a business with and offer them that opportunity. Share some of the things Sheila talked about sharing the opportunity.
And I
right?
don't think you were in here. I think you went outside. I was bragging on you.
Uh-oh.
I was bragging on Kathy Mitchell.
We can see you.
I was saying to them that they need to go into the back office. They need to download your video training on form and download the form. And I call Nora our version of Wikipedia or Google.
Do you love Nora?
So I always say, go to Nora and just type it in.
She does. Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
thanks to Susan, our director of training, we got more training than we've ever had, and it's all great stuff.
It is great stuff. And once you have your system down of how you share, like Form is what I did when I built my team. I always remember to get to know the person I'm talking about or talking to, right? And what their interests are. You share the business opportunity without overwhelming them with too much information. And then you answer the questions they have, right? And then fit the need that they have to the business.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
I shared with this is awkward, but we're doing well here, aren't we, people?
Let's get over here, Sheila.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a little chubbier than these guys.
Where you going?
Whoa, okay.
Where are you?
I'm right here. Kathy, I was sharing with them that when you were in the field, you had an incredibly successful business.
I did.
Yeah,
thank you.
And
that's amazing.
Form was good back then. It's still good today because this business, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't need changing.
Yeah.
Would it be fair to say, and we're going to pretend the product you sold was a pen.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to pretend that you work for a company that sold pens.
Okay.
Is it fair to say that Form came about in the sense that you quickly learned that it was as easy for you to talk about why they should buy a pen as it was to come in and be someone who shared the pen with people as a consultant on your team? So I was thinking that if we could explain to our new consultants, they get so excited about an EnviroPod or a dusting mitt, and they know how to recruit customers. They learn quickly how to recruit customers at a party. They wipe butter off, and next thing you know, everybody wants it. If you got that excited inside about, you want to be doing what I'm doing, like, doesn't somebody want to join me?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when we realize how we really can make a difference for the people that we share the business opportunity with, I think about years and years ago when someone shared it with me and what a difference it's made in our family and all the people that I've been able to help build extraordinary businesses.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well,
it's such a gift to give somebody the opportunity to start a business with no out-of-pocket, or very little out-of-pocket expense. You just start with a few parties and you start making money immediately. And it literally can help people achieve the things that they want to with their business. So when you get excited about that and you put together a great way to share the business opportunity, which is why I used Form, because it made me stop and find out about them before I just shared the whole business with them. So find something that works with you and just teach it, something that's very duplicatable or duplicable, whichever word you like better, that anybody can take it and use that too. And then you all start this movement on your team that we are a team that welcomes new people onto our team and helps them achieve the kinds of goals they have for
What
themselves.
I love about Form too, Kathy, is it's kind of like everybody knows Frankie, right?
Yeah.
Good friend to everybody, really easy. And that's what Form is. It's really just a simple way to remember to ask people 4 questions. And that's what it comes down to. And anybody can do that. So it takes that, gee, I don't know what to say, out of the equation.
Yeah, and I found for me too, using that and then just using a simple thing like the opportunity brochure to explain the business opportunity, then you're not sharing too much. When they ask you questions, then it's when you can answer those things like the kit and the fresh start and all of those types of things. You want to sell them on the dream of the business for them and how it can bless their family. And once you do that, share Norwex and then fit it all together. How can this business help you? Maybe they wanted to buy a new couch. Well, you know what, Sheila? If you're serious about that couch, I can help you do that. Let's find out how much it is. Let's see how many parties we need to do, and let's go after it together.
Could I have a couch just like the new one in Debbie Golden's living room?
You know what? If we got a van, we could load it up right now.
I know, we could take it. Now listen, can I ask you for one more question before we leave for Debbie?
Let Debbie come in. Yeah.
Okay, and somebody complimented and said, Debbie, you're so beautiful. Okay, Debbie, you come in the hot seat, and could you talk?
Oh, yeah, let's put Debbie in the hot seat.
Can you
The fun
give
seat.
a message? And I've got your...
Right. Okay, first of all, I do want to thank you. Welcome to my home, actually. Wished each and every one of you were here. I just ran out and got dinner for everyone here. I'm cupping here as you all know. I love to entertain. And really, the slide that Sheila has up, the party, it was my dream in action. It really was, and it still is to me, because there's no better way to go in to the party. Of course, you're creating safe havens, but especially at your level, those of you wanting to help us lead this great movement, it's a great place to find not only future consultants, but future leaders. I just want to personally thank you, each and every one of you. And many of you know it was 18 years ago. Sorry, I get emotional. 18 years ago that we started Norwex. And I can tell you, we are still just as excited and on fire.
We're going to get you some water.
Excuse me. I lost my voice, and I'm just getting it back. I'm going to need you to go in for a minute.
Okay. So we've left Debbie speechless, but she's having some water. One of the things, because I've worked with Debbie for so long, I know her heart, that when I said to you that as you are venturing out, borrow and lean on Debbie's confidence, her vision, her perseverance. You know, somebody wrote in a question and said, I live in a rural area. How am I going to get Norwex out in my community? Debbie started the Norwex that we know today 18 years ago in Dauphin, Manitoba, 4 hours north of Winnipeg, and the population probably was 4,000 people. I'm not suggesting that you travel and pioneer across Canada the way Debbie did, but I think that it's important when you live in a rural area to find ways to network within the community that you're a bigger part of, and to go to events and to look for ways that you can serve other people as a resource. Maybe you could belong to some ladies' clubs and offer to do a demonstration at a church luncheon or at the school for moms who are interested in safer cleaning choices. In other words, don't give up. Find ways to get yourself in front of people. And I think that, looking, especially if you're in a rural area, looking for those opportunities to meet up with people, craft shows, vendor events, whether it's spring garden sales, you need to be in front of people. And I get that a farm is many miles away from the other farm, so you're not exactly walking over, but there are places that people congregate and come together as a community. So I'm going to see if Debbie has regained her voice.
I have.
Do you know what I just told them? I said to Debbie that if in their moment when they're having a dark moment in their business, because I shared with them about you selling Asperi Sponge. I hope you don't mind, but I said they could borrow your perseverance, that they could borrow your vision and your belief until they grew some of their own. They could lean on you.
Absolutely, thank you. But sorry about that. I lost my voice last week and just getting it back. But seriously, as Sheila talked about, just the vision. It's not my vision. I can't change the world. You can't change the world on your own. But I can tell you, together, we are creating such an impact. And so I thank you. As I was sharing, cannot believe it's been, well, for me it'd be 19 years in September when I started getting the building ready that they were going to tear down, and we got it ready, got painted it, etc. That's when the dream began. And our goal was always that it wasn't about impressing people, but we really wanted to create a movement that had such great impact. So I just want to thank each and every one of you, and welcome to leadership. Welcome to Norwex. And we just have a lot of exciting things that are happening. So appreciate you all. Thank you for the great impact that you're leaving.
Thank you, Debbie. This was very special. So I'm just going to close. I have another few slides, and I'm going to see if there are any last minute questions. Let's see. Yep, mompreneur events bring moms together. Moms always want to help. Schools here are actually not allowing teachers to use Clorox wipes. They are suggesting teachers use microfiber Debbie, you are so inspiring. Thank you, Debbie. Debbie, you have a beautiful heart. We wouldn't be here if Debbie didn't have the heart and vision. So I hope you're going to attend conference either in Canada or the United States. Debbie, it's one of her most favorite times of the year. She works for months on what will be the message that she can impact you with, so that you will be able to leave conference feeling empowered to pursue your dreams and to make a legacy, a living legacy that is one of intentional living. So I have I have a checklist for you because, you know, we've talked a lot, haven't we? So I'm going to ask you, do you have what you need? Do you know your goals? Do you know what your motivations are? I think you've figured out if there's anything you need to learn, you know what that is, and you know where you can learn it, where you can self-teach using Nora and, of course, all our fabulous training that Susan Bauer has crafted. And then the challenge is, are you using what you know? And how do we use what we know? We practice it. And then we just do it. I want to leave all of you feeling that, well, I think this quote says it best. Your intention will create your reality. I hope you've enjoyed this series and that your cup is full, that your belief is strong, your skill is strong, and that the actions you're going to take will be strong. Because I hope that whatever Norwex can give to you that you want, that you can make it all reality. So I'm going to check the last moment for any questions. What flyer, Emma? I'm not sure. Bridget, thank you for not missing conference. Maggie, sorry you can't be with us this year. I don't think we're streaming it online just yet, but you know, that's always something we're looking at. Someone else wrote in and said, Norwex is so great as far as resources. That's a shout out to you, Susan Bauer. Thank you for everything you do, and just love this mission and product so much. Just can't get over that I got to see Debbie in real time. Hey, Norwex, we aim to please. The one a few slides back, and somebody wants something on hostess coaching. Let me see what the slide was a few slides back. Oh, okay, well, we'll go this way then, won't we? Oh, I bet you I know what form you want. This one. Am I right? Where can you get the, it's okay, Debbie's phone's ringing, you know. Is this the form you wanted? Let me know, because you're going to, it's under recruiting. Good. So, Emma, this one, just ask Nora, new consultant start checklist. Ask Nora, that little tab on your back office. Hostess coaching. I've got 2 simple questions or statements for hostess coaching. When I start off new consultant calls, I always ask, hang on, I know where I'm going with this. I always say to the new consultants as they come on my call, I said, you know, I bet you've got 2 thoughts for me right now. Number 1 is, can you do this thing called being a consultant? And the second thought is, well, if you can do it, is it going to be worth it to you? Now I'm going to transfer that same thinking to your hosts. Here are the 2 things for hostess coaching, and then, of course, I'll show you where the resources are. The host only has 2 questions, 2 concerns. Once she has said, yes, I'd love to have you over and share you with all my friends and family, and share Norwex, she's got 2 thoughts. Can she do this? Can she do this thing called a Norwex party? And once you assure her that she can do it, guess what? She now wants to know if it's worth it. But I'm going to ask Susan Bauer to come in and close us up. And Well, people can see us. We just can't see them. And Susan can answer about information for host coaching. And I think she'd like to just share a little bit more about the resources available for you as you begin your leadership journey with Norwex. Susan.
Okay, Sheila. Well, first of all, ooh, that's a really low chair. First of all, in terms of resources, Nora is a great resource. Nora can give you answers and where to find things. But on the consultant office, we've actually reorganized the training section, the training tab. And because you are now our future leaders, you really want to go to the leadership tab. It has everything available for the leader development guide, but it has so much more. It has cool videos. It has the listing of all the podcasts we have, as well as Kathy's form and some other great tools. Woohoo, Kathy! Some other great just documents. So I would start there. In terms of host coaching, we do have some things under booking and under the 422 party. So I think that's a good start, Sheila, and I'll let you.
Did you tell them that one of the things I love about the Leadership Center is that you have a list of books that are recommended as you journey through sort of self-growth, self-development, leadership development. You've gone through and highlighted some of Debbie Bolton's favorites, field leader favorites, and your own favorites.
Yeah, Black Jackets. We asked Black Jackets, tell us your favorites. And then we, together, collectively in the home office, shared some of ours. So yeah, if you're looking for a good read, just go to the personal development section. And this is so exciting. It was fun to be on your call, Sheila.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They've asked for us to promote to sales leader. So, all right, you know something? We're going to sign off now because we've taken so much of your time. You'll get this playback. The only trouble is you don't get the live video feed. But I want to say thank you to Debbie Bolton. I want to say thank you to Kathy Mitchell and to you, Susan. But mostly I want to thank all of you that share a belief that what we're doing is good work, that we are following a noble mission, and that you have the power to help somebody else. And I hope you move forward quickly so that you can take your place as a Norwex team coordinator.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, or thanks for joining Sheila, and thanks for letting us crash.
Oh, I think they loved it. This will be the talk of town. Okay, good night, everybody.